Ladies and gentlemen, I am the BloodRageAlchemist, aka Rage the Renegade, and as always, you can call me Rage. And anyways, this is Kendron. He's my best friend. I've mentioned him before in videos. I've been trying to get him into a video, and finally, he was open for an anime review. Yay! Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yay! Why not Fullmetal Alchemist? Because it's a worse storyline. It doesn't follow the manga as well.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah. Have you read the manga?
I have not, actually.
Volume 2, start reading.
Alright, I read it. Oh, there's a guitar. Anyway.
Yes! He is the Doctor in teenage form. He reads books in 1 second and throws them across the room without any regard.
Instant.
For the fact that that was, well, that was a special edition.
Oh.
Yeah.
It hit the bed, don't worry.
Even though I got half-price books and every single page is dog-eared. Who cares? Just don't throw the bleach. The bleach is the first edition.
Where?
I'm not gonna show you. I don't want Ichigo to get ruined.
Hey doggy, come here. I got you a book.
I don't have any dogs, remember?
Oh.
They all died. Sad story. Anyways!
Depressing.
This is what happens. We're both ADD.
Very much so.
Don't you just love it? It's like watching Luckland ×2! Only we have longer hair.
I used to have long hair, but I cut most of it off. I
have long hair. I'm gonna get a cut tonight, maybe. I don't know. I'm getting tired of it. I live in Texas and I can't wear beanies while having it, so.
Yeah.
Too damn hot. Too hot!
Very much so.
Too hot! Okay, so. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. We are going to start by basically explaining the storyline in kind of a weird little way. I don't know. Alright, in an ADD short version way.
The whole, like, 4-part series is just a little long, and we figured that we're going to shorten it up for those people who don't have the patience just to sit there episode after episode, roughly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, this is how the story starts. You have this really random intro episode that doesn't make any sense and then makes perfect sense at the end of the series, so we're just going to skip over that entirely.
Yeah.
Here's the storyline, basically. There are two brothers, Edward and Alphonse Elric, and yes, Edward Elric was around before Edward Cullen, so he's sexier. By default.
Yep.
He's a blonde German dude, so, you know, whatever.
German?
German!
I'll get the German here.
Was you speaking German, Brian?
Nine.
So many references. Okay, anyway. And, they're alchemists. And if you don't know what an alchemist is, where the hell have you been for the past 6 centuries?
Yeah, really, dude. Basically, alchemist is just a bunch of people who use chemicals and bends them and creates different objects with it.
Have you ever heard the phrase lead to gold then?
No.
You never... Oh my...
Say that again?
He's sheltered!
Say that again. No, say that.
Lead to gold.
Lead to gold. Nope.
Never. He's sheltered. Either that or he just doesn't have
and with that, there's a bunch of rules of being an alchemist. One of them is such as they're not allowed... It's forbidden as an alchemist to create gold.
Technically, it's forbidden by law because if an alchemist does it, then they're rich for eternity and a bunch of legal issues, so yeah. You can do it.
Basically, there's a different... It would not really be richness. Of course, it'd be rich, but you have all these alchemists overpowering everyone, and they didn't want that.
Basically,
alchemy, what they created it for was to help people and create easier work scenarios.
Exactly. So, do not take the ideals of Shao Tucker. Do not do that. That is just messed up and perverted and creepy.
I've never heard of him.
You don't remember Shao Tucker? The
Nope.
Soaring Life Alchemist?
Oh, that's right. That's
The girl and dog?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It has been a while since you watched it. I watch it constantly because I love it. And it's one of the best voice casts there is in anime, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And,
everyone's entitled to their opinion. Okay, moving on.
Anyways, so yes. So the brothers are alchemists, and their father is an alchemist, a very talented alchemist and a very powerful alchemist. And when they're very young, he leaves them and their mother. And Alphonse is always sad about that, and Edward is really, really angry about it all the time. And their mother dies. And now that's not giving away anything, you'll find out in the second episode. Or in the first episode if you watch the actual original anime.
Yeah, we're doing the review on Brotherhood. There's a full alchemist regular, and there's a full alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah.
We are doing Brotherhood.
The first one came out before the manga was even done, so they had halfway through they had to make up the storyline. Yeah. Wasn't anywhere going near where the author intended for it. What's her face? Hero, whatever, or him, or whatever. I don't even know. I don't care.
There's no sense of knowing that stuff.
I don't know. I've never looked at the author. Anyways, I know, I'm a horrible person. So, yeah. And as the story goes along, like, you find out that after the father left, their mother died, and they start learning alchemy from this person named, what is it, Yuzumi?
Yeah, sounds like correct.
Yeah, Yuzumi. We're gonna go with that. Yuzumi Curtis, I think. I'm not sure. Kill me. I don't care.
Don't quote us on that.
Don't. You can paraphrase, but don't quote. So, yeah. And they basically learn alchemy from her, and then they commit alchemy's one true taboo. Human transmutation.
For those who you do not know what taboo, bad things.
It's French, I think. Pretty sure.
Yeah, something like that.
I think it's French. It sounds French.
Taboo.
And if you don't know what transmutation is, then you never watched Power Rangers Dino Thunder. All I'm saying.
Go Power Rangers!
That's a completely wrong series of it.
Oh, sorry.
I don't even know what Dino Thunder's theme is anymore. It's one of the better ones, though. It has Tommy in it. Aha! That's different, though. It's still Japanese!
Japanese.
Anyways, so,
Niggy.
they do human transmutation, which basically means they try to bring their mom back from the dead. And it doesn't work very well. Alphonse ends up losing his body to a person known as Truth, who is basically the god figure in the series. And, Alphonse loses his body, Ed loses a leg, then...
And an arm.
Well,
no, that's right, never mind, sorry.
Then, he loses his arm whenever he bonds Alphonse's soul to a suit of armor that was randomly in the corner that their dad had built. We don't know why. It was in there. It was just in there.
He sacrificed his arm to bring Alphonse's soul back.
Yes.
To bind it to this suit of armor.
Not a sheet. A sheet of metal would be horrible. Hey,
Well,
Alphonse, we need sound effects.
You actually take use like a frisbee. It's a dangerous weapon.
Like bond his soul to a katana. Naruto.
I don't know if we can do a seal on that though. Which reminds me, the seal on the suit is very important. If the seal is ever broken, or you don't learn this till later. Actually, I'm jumping the gun. If the seal is ever broken or cleaned off or anything, then his soul will go back to wherever souls
And the
go.
only way he can experience physical pain is if you take a really fine needle and scratch the paint, the blood stuff. Yes,
it's written in blood.
Yes, Ed literally shoved his finger up the amputated leg and pulled it out, covered in blood, and he wrote this weird looking transmutation question mark thing. And Alphonse magically had his soul. Magic.
Except Alphonse can no longer doesn't have his senses. He can't taste. He doesn't need to eat. He reads books all the time.
He can't sleep.
Doesn't sleep.
He hasn't been asleep in, 10 years or something?
Something like that.
10 years of no sleep. Imagine what you could do in that time.
And they don't know the seal is temporary. It doesn't stay as long, so they don't know how long the soul's gonna be trapped in the suit of armor. It could have been like 3 days, or it could be another 15 years.
And here's something else you guys need to think about. Do you know what happens whenever you take blood and write it on metal? After the course of several years, blood has this thing where it's called drying up, and it gets all cracky and flakes off. So you have to worry about the fact that the longer that he's stuck to the suit of armor, the better the chance that the seal will fall off by itself. This is why you always carry Sharpies with you, people. Especially if you're an alchemist.
I don't think they had Sharpies back in that time period.
Well, they didn't, Dini.
The time period is set in World War I era.
I think. No, wait, no. World War...
1 or 2?
It's between, actually, because, like... What is it? The 3rd of October, 1910, they burned down their house and then went to learn alchemy. So it's set in the 20s. Later, yeah. So it's in between.
1920s.
Yeah. So basically it's around 10 years before Baccano. So, but that's a totally different anime. Anyways, so...
That was strange. I watched the first episode of that.
I know.
Anyway.
The only good character is Claire, in my opinion. Just because he grinds people's faces off on the train. Bassa! Anyways, so, yeah. So the series basically continues from there, and they have to find the Philosopher's Stone so they can use it to negate the laws of alchemy and get their bodies back.
The Philosophy Stone is basically a very powerful object to where it enhances an alchemist's skills.
Yes.
They can literally grab a piece of metal and make it into a minigun.
Yes. So they didn't have miniguns there. The best thing that
Actually,
you could get they did.
No.
Gatling gun. Different.
Minigun came from the Gatling gun.
Yeah, but it's a fully automatic one.
True.
Not a pink one. Anyways, we're kind of weapon enthusiasts.
Yep.
Any kind of weapon, whether it be this big and used to shoot samurai in the eyeball with.
And I don't know if you know, but a Gatling gun or minigun or any type of gun uses a lot of metal. And when you take something that small of metal, you can amplify it without having the art of alchemy. When you get it, you have to replace it with equal amount of material.
Exactly. So the mass has to be the same. It doesn't have to be the same substance. It just has to be the same mass. So you can take a pile of wood, and if it's the same mass as, say, a pound of gold, you can make it into gold. Thing is that if you don't have the mass, then you don't have enough material. It's weird, but hey,
it's confusing.
It's a science, and if you don't know, if you've never studied chemistry or science or the history of science or anything like that,
you're not gonna get any of this.
Yeah, you have to go read about chemistry. Okay, before the 1700s, alchemy was the actual science of the world. Before a bunch of chemists started finding out. You can't turn this stuff into different chemicals because it doesn't work that way. So, yeah. You can even through my son's there. There you go. I can see him. I am not used to recording with this camera. If you guys don't know this, I record with a mic and a computer. No camera. This is trying to find the right place to put my hands and stuff for my motioning.
It's working.
I talk like this constantly whenever I'm playing a game, so that's why I'll pause for no reason when walking. Oh, Minecraft, how I love you. Anyways, and if you have no clue what I'm talking about, this is a gaming channel that this is being posted on. I just do anime reviews because I'm obsessed with anime. Basically, what my videos are wondering, I'm watching anime.
Yay.
Or I'm talking to this neck.
You know, if you turn this off... Oh, no, wrong button.
No, that's not even a button.
Oh, there's no button?
The power button is that giant thing with the...
Now we have better lighting.
Wow, it's dramatic on him. For me, no.
Actually, now that this part of the face is dark. Anyway... You need to get a backlight, it's better for lighting and such.
Yeah, but I have to get a tripod first.
Anyway, in comes these things called homunculus. Basically...
Homunculus,
I'm sorry. I can't...
A homunculus is not existent. A homunculus is an artificial life form, which is from mythology, if you didn't know. I'm thirsty, so I'm gonna get my Dr. Pepper Nova. It might not be a Mountain Dew, but it's close enough. Same company, I think. Isn't it?
Yes.
No. Yes? No?
Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper makes Mountain Dew.
I thought Pepsi Cola made Mountain Dew. No, they make 7-Up. No? Yes? No, Pepsi made Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper makes 7-Up. Yes? We don't know! This is from Texas.
Doesn't matter.
I'm from Texas, so this is...
It's one of the main drinks, besides sweet tea. For a gallon of sweet tea in Texas, you we only have 5 minutes. We probably... We probably put about a cup full of sugar in it. Anyway... Going back, homunculuses are artificial, and they can regenerate when they're, like, say, their arms get taken off or a big hole pumped into their...
Basically, they have a Philosopher's Stone as their heart, and a Philosopher's Stone is made out of souls of sacrificed humans. So the more souls in it, the more lives a homunculus has.
It's a very dark anime.
It is. All anime is dark in one way or another. Pokemon has its dark moments. If you don't believe me, go watch the original first few seasons.
Or in high school. Oh, I guess towards the end.
The dude who has a club room right beside them that practices black magic and has that creepy cat doll? That's not dark? Are you kidding me?
It really is, compared to Fullmetal.
Compared to Fullmetal, only like Soul Eater and a couple others is darker.
That's true.
Soul Eater is completely dark, and that's the whole point of it. That's why I love it.
What else? School Rumble. I don't think you've watched that yet.
I've watched the first episode. I got to the point where Christopher Sabat sings the outro, and I'm like, no! No! I cannot have Armstrong singing! No! Ruins the picture. Ruins it. Ruins it entirely.
That's why you fast forward through the theme song. Anyway. Battery's running out. Why don't we have a plug?
Because the plug won't reach it.
Oh, cool. Anyway.
Sucks ass. Anyways, actually, probably...
Homunculus Alright, we're gonna speed it up a little bit.
We have to go in the Rev Runner mode. Okay, you ready? Ready?
Go.
So,
You just went blank.
I also should have thought. I can't think that fast. No.
We tried to get it into third gear and it just.
Our mouths were ready. Our brains weren't. Our brains just went. Hey, neutral.
I'm pretty sure our brains were ready. And mouth wasn't even moving at all. Homunculus, Philosopher's Stone. Anyway, they go on this huge quest to try to find the Philosopher's Stone so they can bring back their mother.
You meet a bunch of sexy women and a bunch of sexy dudes who have six packs that you don't know about because they were baggy jackets, and then they get their clothes blown off in an explosion and they got a six pack. Wait, what?
Yep.
Oh, Mustang, how we love you.
Anyway, there's just a bunch of things. They didn't know the Philosopher's Stone. In order to make one, you had to sacrifice a bunch of souls to create one, and then they figure out it's that. But the people who are ahead of them, what's it called?
The
Mustang. What they're part of?
The military.
Military, yeah. The military keep antagonizing him to go for Philosopher's Stones so they can destroy the homunculus, but their father has become the bad guy in this. Why did I quote that?
But it's not actually their father. It's
We have 1 minute.
It's kind of a clone. It's a dwarf and a flax. It's watch the anime. We have 1 minute. So basically this. Characters you need to watch out for in this series. Ed, Owl, Mustang.
He's cool.
Armstrong, because he's just freaking awesome. Scar, arguably the best character in the series because he's got that crazy backstory. Also Sloth J. Kimberly, who has 2 Philosopher's Stones at one point.
Yeah.
And you gotta watch out for Bradley. He's an awesome dude, but he's also kind of twisted.
Very much so.
I'm saying. And he's actually the right Pride. Or Wrath. He's actually Wrath.
He's Wrath.
He's supposed to be Wrath, but in the original they had him as Pride, which made no sense for running a country. Anyways, we gotta go now. So, as always, I'm BloodRageAlchemist, aka Rage the Renegade. Though you can call me Rage, and this is Candron. You can call him John, I guess.
No, just Candron. Oh, Candron.
We'll call him Canny. Goodbye.
Canny.